talking about 311's new album, Voyager. The Omaha, Nebraska rap metal turned reggae rock band are back with their 13th studio album. 311 have always showcased reggae in their music, but I guess since they've become less heavier over the years, their music lost the metal label. So my background in the band. Got into them like 95, 96, somewhere around there, around the second or third album, Grassroots. Big fan of rap rock. Obviously, I was about them. Their third album has the song Down and, all mixed up, all the hit songs that made them popular. Went to see them in concert, bought their videos that would show like their touring background, and they had that fourth album, Transistor, which was really like spacey and stuff like that and less rapping on it. And I'm like, I had this rule where bands where it's like you get 2 albums and I'm done. So it's like the third album where they got popular was a little more basic and more simplistic than their first albums. And then when they had Transistor, which I thought was worse, I'm like, this band, I'm done. So I wasn't completely done. I still went to their concerts. They have a 311 day. So every 2 years on March 11th, 311, they play like extended set, whether it's in New Orleans or Las Vegas. They've been doing that since 2000. So 2014, we went to New Orleans, and they played like I want to say 4 sets. Had like deep cuts, everything like that. They draw a big audience to every show they play. They play every year for the summer. They played a show at iHeartRadio in New York, and they were just giving out tickets to like someone if you just email your information. I won 2 tickets. Went to see them play like a super intimate set 2 years ago. They actually have a cruise every other year. Cruise is obviously expensive. The band's getting older, so time is ticking on seeing 311 on a boat. That's fucking fun, right? Definitely agree. Like even if you're not into 311, you're into fucking cruises. You're into like being pampered. You're into like warm weather, especially when they do that. It's around February. It's fucking cold as here in New Jersey. Love to do that. Caroline, your background on 311 is?
There is no background on 311. I've never heard of them until you texted me that we were listening to them.
Devin, how about you? You listen to 311?
No.
You never heard of them either?
Nope.
What?
Even heard, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
I remember people said that in 96 and I was like shocked. But now? It's like, wow, okay.
Never knew they existed.
Okay. Nope. So this will be interesting. We got the semi-diehard fan and the newbies. It's been 2 years since their last album, Mosaic, which I found the album to be average, perhaps due to my purist attitude towards the band. Or maybe it was just a basic album. Who knows? So similar to the last record, Voyager, were produced by Goldfinger singer-guitarist John Fieldman, who produced records for Blink-182, Good Charlotte, Mayday Parade, Atreyu, 5 Seconds of Summer, Ashley Tisdale. List goes on and on. Musically, this album was what I expected from 311 with mellow funk rock jams and reggae-inspired instrumentation, but I will admit there's moments where the band rocks, The album begins with Crossfire. That song's like up-tempo hard rock, and the singer Nick Hexum actually raps on this in the first verse because that was one of my problems. He was rapping less as their career went on. And the co-singer and usual rapper S.A. Martinez dropped some like flows on the other verses before joining Nick to yell, "Crossfire!" on the hook. When I hear the word Crossfire, I just think of that commercial for that game.
I think of the Killers song.
Does Killers have a Crossfire song?
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of this opener then?
I can do without the rapping.
You can do without the rapping.
Thank you.
That's what they're all about, though.
Ooh. I respect
that. You don't like his flow, or do you just don't like when white people rap? Like
no, it just sounds really not right, and it's not like the whole white people rap. Like it sounds not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like bad, I think.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. And I really liked this song, except for the rapping.
Yeah.
It felt like he had never rapped before. It felt very, like, almost like juvenile, like unrehearsed. I felt embarrassed for him or them, whoever was rapping.
Yeah.
And like I think he's a great singer, but the rapping is just like I felt like it was like some like 9th graders mixtape, and he's
Yo,
like he
listen
thinks
to
he's a
this.
rapper now. Yeah.
Huh, okay. They do that rap rock style again on the song Stainless, which is like a spacier song. And it's like the average 311 fashion where like the music is soft and gentle for Nick to like sweetly serenade over. And then the guitars get heavier for SA to spit over. So you guys are saying it doesn't matter who's rapping, whether it's the white guy or the Spanish guy, you're just not with it. Okay. So we'll talk about the softer song because really when those songs gave me the vibe of like their older albums like Sound System and From Chaos from like 1999 and 2001. And even on the track Space and Time, which is I don't think there's that much rapping, but it mixes the light beach like guitar licks from Tim Mahoney with like the smooth bass tabs from Peanut. That's his name. So in case you guys want to laugh,
I'm gonna laugh.
Old school fans like myself will groove to like the throwback jams. So I thought they're giving you the roots of them in a way. So I appreciate that. That being said, of course, you get some like funky reggae like rock tunes. You get the song "Don't You Worry," which is early in the album, and also the slightly poppier acoustic meets like dub rock song "Dodging Raindrops," which has a kind of amber feel to it. That's another hit song they had that they still play on the radio to this day. So you guys made your complaints first. My turn. Album's too poppy for me at some points. And I don't want to insult 311 by comparing him to Imagine Dragons, even though I think I just did. But the track "Good Feeling," where it's pretty cheesy, like I got a good feeling, like the way he does that "feel it" is the same way like the singer from Imagine Dragons sings too. It sounds both Imagine Dragon-y as well as something like you kind of hear in a commercial for like a getaway trip to like Sandals, where they're trying to attempt to get all like the wealthy white tourists to go, and they have the commercial come on and like, the people on the beach and playing.
I know.
It sounds like that. What do you think of the poppy side? You don't like the rapping, you like the poppier stuff, Devin?
Honestly, like I didn't mind it that much. They're obviously trying to make like catchier music and like trying to appeal to like a younger demographic.
Yeah.
So it's like smart. But
they're selling out and you like it.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I didn't, it's not necessarily like, oh, I would listen to this in the car all the time, but I don't know. It's just, it wasn't as bad to me.
Caroline?
Yeah.
Poppier stuff?
I agree with both of what you're saying. What you were saying that I don't really like aspects of the poppiness because it reminds me of like Imagine Dragons. But for some reason, even though 311's poppy songs on this album are very reminiscent of it, it's easier to digest in some way. Maybe because it's like it's not straight pop.
Yeah.
Because each track, it's not really straight anything. It has a bunch of different, and that's one thing I really did like about this album is that like each song is very different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has like different, like it's all like the same mix of stuff, but has like different concentrations of each thing. And
it's like a concentration camp of things.
If you will.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So, like, I kind of hated myself for liking the poppy songs, but I did like them.
Nothing wrong with having guilty pleasures, I guess. Lyrically, Nick and S.A. are covering, like, the usual topics on this album, too. Like, staying positive, soaking up the good vibes and energy, man. And referencing marijuana as well. Like, that song, What The... S.A. like sings like smoking that good weed, getting high. We are stoners with all our friends and some loners.
Yeah. Really hitting the nail on the head there, buddy.
Since I got into 311 for like their rap rock style, like that's where I'm gonna say like I liked like the 1-2 punch that you get later in the album. So this is where I'm just baffled that you guys didn't like Rolling Through and Born to Live. Like. The former song is like a hard-hitting like rocking beat with both of them rapping the way like they did on earlier albums like Transistor or like the self-titled third album, while the latter song starts off with like that funky bass solo. Remember that? You like when they stop at the bass, right?
I do.
And then it's just that like head nod and like beat kicks in, and this very catchy chorus sung by like Nick during that. But you couldn't even nod your head to that.
I just felt like the rapping was out of place. I don't know. It's just
I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
What else could you do at that moment for that song, man? You got the rap. Gotta
rap. I appreciate like the what is it? The musicians, and I like the riffs in the beginning of the song. I don't know.
So what songs did you like then? How about that? Everything that he didn't rap in. So that's probably half the album you liked. Like, is perfect then.
I liked Space and Time.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that.
Good Feeling I did like.
Me too.
And the What the song, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I liked more of the reggae side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And even like the poppy side, especially like a lot more than the rapping.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me. Oh.
That's not just you. Caroline feels the same way.
Oh,
I feel
Yeah,
like.
I'm definitely nodding. I liked Crossfire.
Yeah.
I did like Born to Live.
Time
Just
he-
not the rapping.
It's not the rapping. Okay.
Yeah, and that's. I'm glad you mentioned that because like the music, like the instruments, like the band themselves are like really really good.
Yeah.
So like the main complaint I have is the rapping, and like some of the lyrics are a little like made me roll my eyes.
Generic kind of.
Yeah, something about like, you know, oh, I'm sleeping with my demons and like stuff like that. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but he wants to live to see his daughters get married.
That
but he
part-
can't do it if he's in the cemetery. Like-
yeah, real good.
It's true.
I mean-
It's true.
He's got a good point.
I can't argue
Death
with
is real.
that logic.
Okay, so let's get into our final rating. Then I'll go first as the 311, connoisseur, I guess. I think they do a pretty good job of giving like the fans some of the old and a bit of the new flavor on this latest record. Like I think what you guys are saying, the same thing I'm saying. There are definitely some tracks on here that will be received well at their shows, and even if it's like a song that I was like, this is not like what you used to play. If they play it live, I'm not gonna be like folding my arms sitting down. I'm like I'm in the zone. I'm feeling good. I'll probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling. So the production, as we said, is pretty solid. At the end, it sounds exactly like 311, from the vocals to the somewhat intergalactic effects used on like the electric guitars. I'm not crazy about the poppier stuff, but I'm sure that there's an audience for it because people do like Imagine Dragons after all. So they'll probably like this too. So I'm gonna have to obviously say buy this album. They are giving you what the best they can do with the old and new on this record. Caroline, what do you think?
Okay. So the first time I listened to this album, I actually like really, really loved it. And then the second time I just kind of liked it. But then the third time I was like a solid like, eh. And I did love just like the mix of like different styles and genres. I think that was really well handled. And even though the rapping like I didn't like at all, it was kind of easy to just zone out during it. I do think it was a little long. I think some of the songs could have either been shorter or cut entirely. So I'm going to say download this.
Okay, that's good. It's okay, she thinks. Download it. What do you think, Devin?
Yeah, like I said, not a fan of the rapping. Honestly, not really a fan of the guy's voice. I don't know.
Which
That's
one?
The main
Oh,
singer.
because there's two.
Yeah,
or
the
the-
lead.
Okay, so the lead guy.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So do you like the other rapper, man, who raps? Well, he sings sometimes.
I think
but-
he's a little more tolerable than
Okay.
the lead one.
Okay.
But I still am not like I said, I feel still like it's misplaced in a lot of these songs. So I'm just like, whatever. But I do like the musicians. I love the solos in a lot of these.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I love the reggae sound and the poppy sound. I don't mind. So I was happy about that at least. And overall, I'd listen to these songs again. Maybe not the whole album, but so I'd say download this.
Okay, I was almost with you guys earlier, but I had to commit. But what do you guys out there think of the new 311 album? 13 albums in, do they still have it or not? Let us know.